From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is Wake Up Weather.
All right, folks, good morning to you. It is bright and early on this Friday, the 4th of July, 2025. I'm Ben Luna coming to you from the Home Weather Center this morning as the rest of the weather team takes a much-deserved day off. I hope your day is off to a great start for those of you having to be up and going early this morning. And if our push notification just happened to maybe woke you up early on a day that you might be off, then, well, hey, here's a look at your morning forecast, fresh from the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel. Good looking weather for today. Really happy with how things are shaping up. The rest of the weekend, we might get a little bit wet. We'll talk a little bit about that coming up here in just a minute. So don't want to get too far behind in the rain bucket, even though we've kind of had a surplus of rain over the course of the past few months. We've been doing well with that, but still, you don't want to have just a too dry month. But a little bit of dry weather here recently, not necessarily a bad thing. As I said, today is July the 4th, and let's break down what happened on this day in history. Of course, many of you obviously know the most important one of today. We'll talk about that in a second. It is the 185th day of the year, and we continue in week 27 of 2025. Going in order, back from the top to the bottom, it was on this day in 1966 that the Beatles were banned from the Philippines. It was on this day in 1862, Lewis Carroll told 10-year-old Alice Little a story that was the basis for Alice in Wonderland. So that's technically kind of the birthday for the wonderful book that led to many movies. It was on this day in 1803 that President Thomas Jefferson announced the Louisiana Purchase to the public. And of course, it was on this day in 1776 our nation was born as the United States declared its independence from Great Britain. Happy birthday to America. A few interesting birthdays on this day in history as well. Post Malone celebrates his 30th birthday today. Malia Obama, the daughter of former President Barack Obama, turns 27 today. And it was on this day, too, and I've not really done these before, but still interesting. It was on this day in 1995 that Bob Ross passed away. He was 52 years old and died in Orlando, Florida. Bob Ross, an American icon. And it was on this day in 1826 that Thomas Jefferson died at his home. He was 83 and died in Monticello, Virginia. So just a few things that happened on this July 4th in history. All right. 69 degrees outside this morning as we overlook beautiful downtown Lawrenceburg with the Arctic Air Skycam network. Not a lot going on the square this morning. Same said in downtown Waynesboro. Here's a live look from atop the C&B Linen building in downtown. This was the site of the Waynesboro fireworks show last night. We were able to live stream that. And so if you want to go back and check out the beautiful fireworks there from Waynesboro, just go to our social media feeds, both Facebook and YouTube and Twitter, and you'll see that video from 9 o'clock last night. Beautiful picture, though, 65 degrees in downtown Waynesboro, and this is the sunrise image of the day this morning. Beautiful shot from Florence, Alabama. 68 degrees in the heart of the Shoals this morning. Light breeze from the east-southeast as we overlook the sun rising above beautiful North Alabama this morning from Rivers Hall on the campus of the University of North Alabama. 64 degrees in Hohenwald. Huntsville's calling in at 68 this morning. 65 in downtown Fayetteville. 70 in Russellville. Red Bay's at 68 this morning. Iuka, Mississippi at 70. And of course, we have 64 in downtown Pulaski and 66 in Columbia. That high pressure ridge continues to set pretty much stable on top of our area, moving from one end of Tennessee now to the other over the course of the past day. Here's what you can expect as we head through the next few hours of Futurecast. And overall, a lot of nothing. It's going to be, again, mostly dry today. Temperatures bumping up to the 90s this afternoon. Now, models are trying to bring in still that daily below 10% chance for a backyard shower possibility that we contend with in July. And so anything below 10% is just like, maybe, and you can look and see that Yeah, there could be a little pop-up shower crossing the mountains there into western Jackson County, Alabama, eastern Madison County through the late afternoon, but that too fizzles out and just not a lot to talk about. Temperatures as we move through the overnight dipping back into the lower 70s. The GFS model setting the stage for more moisture rolling in here for the weekend that's ultimately going to provide us with a chance for more spotty shower activity really beginning Sunday and then kind of becoming a little bit more of a constant Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week. Not looking for a washout by any means, just more isolated showers, and that's going to keep temperatures at bay a bit with maybe a little bit added cloud coverage. So we are very warm for this weekend. Highs definitely in the low to mid 90s for Saturday and Sunday. We do pick up a greater chance for isolated storms really beginning Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and onward. Afternoon highs there just a couple of degrees cooler back into the lower 90s. Overnight lows staying pretty constant in the 70s for you as well. That is a check on your forecast from the Home Weather Center this morning. Hope you have a fantastic and wonderful 4th of July. As always, stay with Tennessee Valley Weather and keep you advised.
You're watching the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel.